know if it was recording before, so just in case, I'll start over. Today we're going to look at a lesson on volume, and this is lesson 6. And what I've done is just a Pear Deck like we have done in class, and then there's a few other things that go along with it, and you can also find in your workbook 30 through 34, these pages go along with the lesson as well. So you'll sign into the Pear Deck and you can just go at your own pace, read through the slides, and the workbook pages also go along with that. And then this table is in the workbook as well, so you don't have to do it in both places. If you'll just complete it on here, I'll be able to see your answers and give you any feedback that you need. And the main point of this lesson is to look at volume and solving for volume in two different ways. So one way that we can do it is we can find the length, the width, and the height, and we multiply the length times the width times the height. So in this one, we would multiply 6 times 3 times 4, and that would give us our volume in cubic units. And then the second way that we can find the volume, you'll fill that in for the second table. And so this should actually be table 2. So for table 2, you're going to find the base, and what that means is that's actually the area of the base. So you would just multiply the length times the width to find the area, so that would be 18. So the base is going to be 18 square units, and then you multiply that by the height. And that's the same thing that we did up here. We're just writing the length and the width instead of the area. So in this table, you're going to go ahead and write the area as 18, and then the height is 4. So you'd multiply 18 times 4 to find the volume. So that's the main point of today's lesson, is just looking at the two different ways that we can do that. So, just fill out those tables. If you have any questions, let me know. And just thought I would see how that did. That's a new feature on here. But anyway, once you complete that part of the assignment, the cool down that we normally do a handout on, I put on a program called Desmos, and this is something that we haven't done in class before. So you're going to just sign in using Google, and I think this one actually is not the cool down. This is part of the lesson. And this page is in your workbook, so you can just skip to the second page, and this is the only one that I really need you to focus on. And it's matching each rectangular prism with the expression that represents its volume. So some of them, they have multiplied the length and the width already and found the area, so you just have to multiply it by the height. Some of these also have some extra units on there. So if they have the extra units, remember all you need is the length, the width, and the height. So this one has 3 units, and then, this is a square base, so it's also going to be 3 units here. But then we've got the 8 units for the height, and they've also marked 8 units here for the height. So we don't have to use the 8 twice. You only multiply the length, the width, and the height once. So 3 times 3, and then times 8. So you can look, and this one right here, 9 times 8 would match with this one. And then if you find the one that's 3 times 3 times 8, that's also going to match with it, like this one over here. Remember, the order doesn't matter when you're multiplying. So that's actually, the only page that I want you to do here, because the other ones are just some repeated things from the workbook. So, and here's the table again. So that's the only thing that you need to worry about. And then the cool down is also on Desmos right here. And the last thing today for science, I want you to read about lab safety and CAMI. And there's a copy of our lab safety rules. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.